How's it going, guys? A brand new trailer for Crimson Desert has just dropped, and we are super hyped for this game. I've got 2-6 with me. We're going to be watching through it and reacting to it together. We've already done videos on this, and there's been a lot of change to this game over time as well. But let me tell you, this trailer was absolutely slapping. 2-6, are you ready to jump into it?
Yeah, definitely. This was definitely like the best trailer out of like Gamescom, so I'm ready to like watch it again and see what we can notice.
I think I'm just going to let the trailer play. We do have a few tidbits to update you guys if you haven't been following the channel and keeping up to date with the news. This was originally planned as an MMO, but now it's a single-player action game, and as you can see, graphics looking good, combat is looking nuts as we go through. It kind of reminds me a bit of Mountain Blade.
Look crazy. Yeah, it definitely does look like Mountain Blade, doesn't it?
There's just crazy stuff you can do. Exploding barrels.
You know what?
There's
I'm not
a lot
a fan
of new
though?
stuff in this.
The particle effects. The particle effects look a bit too much, especially the ones where it's like the sparks going everywhere. It looks cool, but then it doesn't look cool at the same time.
I just love the way the world looks and the open world. I am a sucker for a good open world, and there's so many like shots like this where it's up on high mountains, walking through like the towns or the cities, taking bounties off the boys. Like it's coming out.
Oh,
like
the
Witcher.
sheep!
The sheep side quest.
The sheep side quest.
So to my understanding, this is also kind of like a dark, a more gritty fantasy world. It's not like everyone's happy having a good time, right? There's more mature themes in this game, which I'm really excited to jump into. It makes me think a bit more of like The Witcher, right? Witcher 3 was quite a bit more dark, a bit more gritty. And I think the caption for the game on the website is something like, enter a war-torn realm of medieval fantasy where allegiances are tested and heroes are made. So it's definitely not, a nice fairy tale. It's combat, fighting, war, wealthy people, poor people, that kind of stuff. The hot air balloon, I lost it when I saw that the first time. I think they've been taking a look at Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for this.
Definitely, with the floating
planets.
islands like everywhere as well. The interesting thing about this trailer in particular is that in the last few trailers we've seen a lot of like him playing with party members, but in this trailer we don't see anything of the other party members. He's using Ultra Hand.
I didn't think about the party members actually. I wonder how that is implemented, because he is solo. That vault is so cool. Look at the city down there as well. Whoa!
This is 10 out of 10.
What even was that? We're gonna have to go back. It's Treebeard.
It's Treebeard. The Ultra Hand is back.
Look, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom right here. Skydiving. The Ultra Hand, like you say.
This is so interesting and not what you would expect in a game. Like, why is there like a rotating ballista shooting out random fireballs?
Just yeeting soldiers at other soldiers. The Goblin King, it looks like. Oh, quick time, QTEs. I don't know if I've spotted that before in any of the previous trailers.
Look at the dragon in the background as well, so like mechanical dragon.
The Reed Devil, that's like a boss fight, I guess. That's the that's like
glider.
The shapeshift form, yeah. Look at these sky islands. That is not, the map looks absolutely humongous as well.
Hopefully, it's not just big for big's sake and it actually has like stuff for you to do. It does look like there's stuff in this trailer for you to do, but definitely there needs to be stuff in the world. Top of the list. Top of the list.
I'm actually just going to take us back a sec, because there was so much jam packed in that trailer. The very first thing I actually want to show was this clip here, because this just kind of looks nuts. Like, I think we can all agree. I love the vault, but it's this bit.
Look at the background and everything.
That? The particle effects were so good on it as well when it was like gliding. So I'm guessing that, like you say, that is the glider mechanic. That's the weird Ultra Hand just out of nowhere. Obviously skydiving as well. And I think the dragon clip's coming up again, because that dragon was insane. This is your favorite boss fight, right?
Yeah.
The spinny platform.
You know what? It's obvious that they are just like swiping ideas from Tears of the Kingdom, because obviously it's a recent release and it's fresh in our mind. But I'm not even mad at it. Like, Tears of the Kingdom was a good game. If you are going to steal from a game, let it be that one. Like,
yeah, take the good parts. Look at this dragon. That must be one of the proto dragons or something, right?
Yeah.
And then this boss fight. I'm actually just going to skip us a little bit back towards the beginning, because again, so much was shown but the mounted combat actually looks pretty cool as well. And I mentioned earlier it was like a bit Mount and Bladey because you've got all these soldiers, you're attacking settlements, you know, there's big fights, people shooting arrows, melee. To me, I'm getting Mount and Blade from this section of the game here before it starts going nuts with the Sky Islands and the crazy boss fights and things.
The combat looks incredible in it. Like when he was like fighting them in that courtyard area, he was like body slamming them, and we've seen that in other trailers, but it's just like, it's nice to see it again. There's like a fluidity to the actual animations that I want to see in other games that they just have here that makes the combat look very dynamic.
this
very good.
Funny. Yeah, I think I also want to point out the graphics look so good, even in the combat scenes and stuff. I really hope that we're not going to get any like downgrade. I hope that it will actually look this good when we're playing it. It is Pearl Abyss developing this one. You were telling me something about Pearl Abyss earlier on, 26.
But basically, if you've been looking forward to Doc AV, which is the creature collecting game, that's actually been pushed back in favor of this actually coming out first. So they are actually prioritizing this, even though we didn't get a release date today. They have shown off another trailer. Hopefully it's not another year before we get anything from this game and it actually releases. And it becomes redundant because a lot of these games are showing them off. They're coming out from these like game companies that are releasing these like very ambitious games or pitching these very ambitious games with these trailers, and they're not actually releasing. But hopefully this is a game that actually released. Like we've actually just got a trailer and release date for Grand Blue, and that's been years and years in the making. So never say never, you know.
Definitely. Now, I believe the platforms for this one are currently listed as PS4 and 5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows.
This is definitely not coming in on last-gen consoles.
I know, I think that is a listing from a long time ago. That's just what's currently there, but we're going to have to wait until we can get a firm release date on the platforms. I don't see this running on an Xbox One, to be honest. Oh, I love the tree bit there. I just wanted to quickly go back while we were talking there. So there's a couple more highlights that I think are worth pointing out. Fishing. Shout out to fishing. Some people love it in their games. So that is worth highlighting. I know some people love it, so I wanted to call that out specifically. Petting the dog. You can see it, petting the dog. He's even got a little doggy helmet on. And picking up the cat too. So that checks a couple boxes for a few people there. And finally, I just wanted to show, again, the hot air balloon, which looks to be the way to get to these Sky Islands. And if I just pause here, notice how there's different shaped Sky Islands, including these spherical ones, which is definitely Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, like it's literally from Tears of the Kingdom, or at least that's how it looks like. But I think overall, was there any particular part you want to go through and just double check?
No, I feel like we've gone over most of it. I think that just the trailer as a whole is one of its best showings, and in general, this has just been across the board, just had good trailers as well. So I feel like this is really cool. I am a bit worried about these QTE events. Hopefully, they're not. Those dynamic cameras in terms of those battles are not just like strictly to those quick time events, but overall,
it depends how they
cool.
do it and how much they come in. If it's like immersion breaking and that kind of thing. I am very excited to see more about this, particularly obviously if we can ever get hands on and play it. We'll let you guys know what we think, impressions, and all that good stuff. But after seeing this new trailer, this is high up there on my radar. It almost looks too good to be true, which has me a little bit.
It's one of those games that's on that list that's just like, it's just a bit too good. But they have been showing gameplay since this reveal. I'm like wondering why they're not closer to a release date, but maybe it's just due to the size of the game world. A lot of these games that are just massive do have like extended development times, obviously, because it takes more stuff.
It's a shame that it went from MMO to single-player action RPG, but I think ultimately it'll probably be better for the game. And the game is meant to have like a big influence on your decision-making into how the story goes. A lot of games say that these days, and sometimes they don't even really mean anything. We'll obviously have to wait and see. But guys, make sure you're subscribed down below. We'll keep you up to date on all things Crimson Desert. This has been on our radar for quite a while. We have other videos on the channel recapping it if you want to learn a bit more. But 26, you got anything else to add?
Yeah, we're doing a follow-up to this video, compilating all the new information that we have as well. So there will be a curated video coming for you guys as well.
Definitely.
All the new information.
Stay tuned. It's obviously Gamescom. It's opening night live. A lot of new stuff's coming out. So we're going to try and keep you guys up to date and everything like that. So make sure you are subscribed down below. And the two videos on screen now, you should definitely check out if you haven't seen them. We have so many videos coming your way, so check out the two on screen now, or go to the channel and see what's new on there as well. And then tell us what you think after watching in the comments down below.
Bye bye.